Good morning, students. Today we will study lesson 8, cell structure and functions. So, first question is, what is cell? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of living organism. In other words, cell make up living things and carry out activities that keep a living thing alive. Now, who discovered the cell and discovery of the cell? Robert Hooke in 1665 was the first scientist to discover existence of cell with the help of a microscope. He observed thin slices of cork. It is a part bark of a tree under a microscope and saw honeycomb structure. The slices of cork appeared like small compartments which were further separated by a wall. Cell theory. In 1665, Robert Hooke he discovered cell. In 1674, Anton van Leeuwenhoek observed living cells, and in 1883, Robert Brown discovered nucleus. Now, what is cell theory? According to cell theory, cell is the smallest unit of life. Cell is basic structural and functional unit of living organism. Means cell is the smallest part which have a particular structure and also which perform various functions in the organism. New cells arise from pre-existing cells. Pre-existing cells means the cells that are already present. All organisms are composed of one or more than one cells. Depending upon that, we can categorize the cells as unicellular and the organisms as unicellular organisms and multicellular organism. Now question arises, what is a unicellular organism? An organism that is made up of only one cell is called a unicellular organism. Although made up of a single cell, the unicellular organism perform all the activities necessary for life. They grow, they move, they digest food, give out waste and reproduce. All these activities are carried out by a single cell. Now, what are multicellular organisms? An organism that is made up of more than one cell is called as multicellular organism. For example, plants, animals, fungus. Plants and animals that you can see around with the naked eye are made up of many cells, so they are known as multicellular organism. It is estimated that a fully grown human has about 100 trillion cells. A trillion is 1000 billion and a billion is 1000 million. So 1 trillion equals to 10 raised to the power 12. All multicellular organisms begin life as a single cell, which is the fertilized egg. The fertilized egg cell multiplies and the number of cell increases as the organism develops. You know that in multicellular organism, the lower level of organizing is cell. Many cells combine to form tissues. Tissues combine to form organ. All the organs combine to form organism. And organ, human body also become same way. Now, variation in shapes and sizes of the cell. Cell vary in size. Most cells are very small, so small that we can see only with the help of microscope. Some cells are large, very large. They are macroscopic. Macroscopic means you can see even with your naked eye. The unit used to measure size of a cell is micrometer. Micrometer, 1 micrometer equals to 1 divided by 1000 millimeter. And you know students, smallest cell is mycoplasma and its size is 0.1 micrometer only. And the largest cell is of ostrich egg and its size is 18 centimeter. Sizes of cells in humans. The smallest cell is sperm cell, which is having size only 5 micrometer, and the largest cell is ovum cell having 120 micrometer size, and the longest cell is nerve cell which has size of 1 meter. Now all the cells are not of same shape, they do vary in shape also. Cells vary in shape. Variation depends mainly upon the function of the cell. Some cells like euglena and amoeba can change their shape, but most cells have a fixed shape. For example, human red blood cells, or you can say RBC, are circular, biconcave for easy passage through the human capillaries, blood capillaries. Nerve cells are branched to conduct impulses from one point to the another. Human white blood cells, or WBC, can change their shape to engulf the microorganisms that enter their body. Now, what are the various parts of the cell? The first one is cell membrane. Cell membrane is also known as plasma membrane. Outer membrane of cell that control the entry and exit of substances according to the requirement of the cell is plasma membrane. And outside the plasma membrane in plants there is cell wall. Cell wall provide rigidity, support and protection to the cell. It also gives shape and size. It is found in plants mainly, also in fungi, some bacteria also. It surrounds plasma membrane, means it is present outside the plasma membrane. Cytoplasm. Inside the cell membrane there is cytoplasm. The portion of the protoplasm lying inner to the cell membrane is known as the cytoplasm, but outside the nuclear membrane. It comprises of gel-like substance that fill inside the cell and also contain hereditary material. The next one is nucleus, separated from cytoplasm by nuclear membrane. Nucleus consists of a nuclear membrane, directs all the cell activities. This nucleus only directs all the activity. Contains genetic material, that is DNA. There are, besides all these things, there are some small rod-shaped organelles bounded by two membrane, inner membrane and outer membrane. These are mitochondria. Outer membrane is smooth and encloses the content of mitochondria. Inner membrane is folded in the form of shell-like inward projections called cristae, as you can see in the diagram. Inner cavity is filled with matrix which contain many enzymes, contain their own DNA which are responsible for many enzymatic actions, the actions that are performed by the enzymes. Now, what is the function of this mitochondria? It synthesizes energy rich compound ATP. Full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate. ATP molecules provide energy for the vital activities of the living cells. Next comes vacuoles, single membrane sac filled with liquid or sap. Sap means water, sugar or ions etc. is known as vacuole. In animal cell, vacuoles are temporary, small in size and few in number. In plant cells, vacuoles are large and more in number. May be contractile vacuoles or non-contractile vacuoles. Now, what are their functions? They store various substances including waste products, maintain osmotic pressure of the cell, also stores food particle in amoeba cell, provide turgidity and rigidity to the plant cell. What are plastids, students? Plastids are double membrane bound organelles found inside plants and some algae also. They are responsible for the activities related to making and storing of food, means in photosynthesis it helps. They often contain different type of pigments that can change the color of the cell. Chloroplast, double membrane bound organelle found mainly in plant cell, usually spherical or disc-colloidal in shape. Shows two distinct regions, grana, in the diagram granum is written, you can see, and stroma also you can see. Grana are stacks of thylakoids, membrane found flattened disc, means disc type of structure is grana. And thylakoids contain chlorophyll molecule, chlorophyll which are responsible for photosynthesis. Chlorophyll helps the plant in undergoing the process of photosynthesis. Stroma is a colorless dense fluid which is present around the grana. Now, what is the function of this chloroplast? Convert light energy into chemical energy in the form of food. Means it helps in photosynthesis mainly. Provide green color to leaves, stem and vegetables. Leucoplast. Leucoplast are colorless plastids. This is also type of plastid, but it doesn't have any color, but it store food. Now next question is, how do the plant cell look like? Plant cell have a cell wall also outside the cell membrane. You can see in the diagram. Outside there is cell wall, then cell membrane. Inside the cell there is Golgi apparatus, chloroplast, vacuole, very big vacuole is shown in the diagram. There are some crystals also, mitochondria, cytoplasm, and large central vacuole is there. Rough ER. ER is endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, nucleolus, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, dot-like structure, and Golgi vacuoles or vesicles. Cell division and cell growth. When a cell is formed, it is small, but it gradually grows in size. It becomes larger by taking nutrients, and after reaching certain size, it divides into two cells. Means single cell divides into two cells. Cell division is the process by which a parent cell divides into two or more daughter cells. The cell you can see in the diagram, single cell enlarges, its size increases, then it divides into two daughter cells. So this is how cell division takes place. Levels of organization of living being. As I already told, the smallest living structural and functional unit is cell. Many cells combine to form tissues. Tissues combine to form organ like eye, nose, heart, brain, etc. The organs combine to form organ system. For example, digestive system, circulatory system, etc. All the organ system combine to form an organism. So cell, as you can see, is the smallest unit of life. What is tissue? Tissue is the group of similar cells that perform special function. What are organ? Different group of different tissues, means there should be many groups of tissues form an organ like liver, kidney, stomach. All these are our organs. Organ system, group of organ that work together to perform a specific function. For example, digestive system. In digestive system there are many organs that work together to complete the action of digestion of food in our body. Likewise, circulatory system also consists of different organs. Organism, all the organ system that are working within an organism work together to form an organism. Now, what are prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells? The nucleus of the bacterial cell is not well organized like the cell of the multicellular organism. What do we mean by saying that not well organized? It means there is no nuclear membrane. The cell having nuclear material without nuclear membrane are termed as prokaryotic cells. The organism with these kind of cells are called prokaryotes. Pro means primitive, karyon means nucleus, means they consist of primitive nucleus without any nuclear membrane. For examples, bacteria and blue-green alga are prokaryotic cells because they don't have nuclear membrane. Thank you students. Have a nice day.